Today, we're going to be looking at ghosts, but not just any types of ghosts. Oh no, no, no. We're not going to be looking at video game ghosts. We're not going to be looking at games like this, or games like this. No, friends. Today, we're going to be looking at grown men scream at ghosts for 20 minutes. Admittedly, watching ghost shows has always just kind of been a guilty pleasure of mine. When I was a kid, I used to really like Ghost Hunters, Tap Crew. I also remember watching kind of lesser known shows, or at least ones that I haven't really heard anyone else talk about, like Fact or Faked, Paranormal Files, which was basically just paranormal mythbusters. They would just kind of look at various clips and figure out, oh, this is faked, or oh, this is some sort of weird optical illusion. But something about the desire to seek out the unknown and attempt to explain the unexplained has always intrigued me. But I never really knew many people who were invested in these shows, so I didn't really have anyone to talk to about it. There's always this kind of negative connotation like, yeah, these shows are probably fake and you're kind of dumb for watching them. So we're not here to argue the validity of these claims, and we're not here to try to disprove or prove whether these things actually happen. As a matter of fact, it really doesn't matter whether it's fake or not, because I still find it very entertaining, mainly just because I like to see how the crew interacts with each other, and I like to see just kind of how they handle these spooky situations. I don't know about you guys, but I watch these shows for the plot and the character development. But none of these other older shows has withheld my attention longer than Ghost Adventures. So Ghost Adventures is basically just another ghost hunting show, but it's kind of got two main things that make it stand out more than the other lesser popular ghost shows. Firstly, the interactions between the crew obviously is very entertaining. They always fill out these sort of like roles and kind of cliches, and they kind of interact with each other in a very similar way, so much so that there's kind of like memes about it. The other more noticeable thing about this show is kind of the way that the show is edited. During the intro and the original, like, kind of filling you in on the history of the house that they're investigating, or the prison, or whatever they're looking at, there typically is a very, like, heavily edited, with full actors and actresses just kind of acting out what the homeowners kind of discuss, what has happened throughout the house's history, as well as just kind of sometimes being a bit too gory and kind of gruesome in the way that people died or the ways that people were treated. And pretty much they're just trying to make the show look extremely like creepy and edgy in a weird way. Personally, I find this both incredibly annoying and kind of hilarious at the same time. I feel like over-editing every single sort of clip and just bringing this whole squad of people, actors and actresses and various cameramen, to record edgy scenes that I don't know how they don't realize that that is going to hurt their credibility. And I really just wonder what it's like to be owners of one of these like haunted houses or haunted prisons whenever you see all these people just show up. Because you're expecting, you know, Ghost Adventures. Like in the newer seasons, there's like Zach and Aaron, and then there's kind of rotating people, Jay and Billy. You expect to see probably like 4 people. So today we're going to be looking at an episode from one of the newer seasons. The older seasons actually were kind of decent in comparison. They weren't way over the top. They don't seem like they're acting quite as much, but in the newer seasons, it's kind of like accentuated. So I feel like that's usually the more entertaining seasons, and also the more irritating seasons. So we're going to be watching an episode of that together today.
They immediately feel something.
What happened to your wife?
That bedroom has always scared me.
There were 2 young kids locked in a trunk.
We're already stopping it, but I have to comment on this. You can already see we're 14 seconds into the video, and you can already see how extremely over-edited the intros are. Like 10 seconds into the video and you see like a woman like grabbing her chest and screaming after saying, oh yeah, that bedroom's always just been kind of creepy, you know. Flash frame to her going, ugh! Just, why? Why is this necessary? Let's keep going.
There are things in this world that we will never fully understand. We want answers.
I also have to comment on the intro really quick, just because it's always bothered me. I can't stand the text at the beginning that says, some people believe in ghosts, some people don't. That looks and sounds so stupid. That is so not eloquent at all.
Ghost Town had too many murders to count.
It's always just Zach. He always like has to dress up for the area they're going to, especially if they're going somewhere in the desert or in the country. He always has some sort of like cowboy hat, or he dresses up like an outlaw. It's just so goofy. And it's so weird to have in a ghost investigation show where you're trying to figure out whether paranormal stuff is real and you're trying to make yourself sound credible and you're trying to find evidence. It's just like, why are you being goofy? It's just strange.
The hauntings at this ghost town are at an unimaginable level.
Just imagine being the owner of this property. You've already been introduced to Zach and the investigators and whoever else is there, and you look off to the side and you just see someone in your truck going, "Ugh." How could you take these people? How could anyone who's been on the show take these people seriously? I don't get it.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh! You hit the... Oh.
What the?
Everything's okay.
How do you not see that big ass block directly in front of your car?
You got me off to a good start. Oh my God. We'll be just fine.
Jesus Christ.
I sense so much energy throughout these mammoth rocks that I can't help but wonder how many have perished making this exact trek on foot over a century ago.
I've just sensed so much energy in these cliffs. I can just feel it resonating with my soul.
Rejoice, there hadn't been a murder in 9 days at Cerro Gordo. It was a rough, tough shoot 'em up.
What is this
there.
editing? It's so
Today,
weird.
Cerro.
Did you and your wife have some type of an experience inside the Belshaw house?
Oh, absolutely.
What happened to your wife?
Again, commenting on his outfit again. I'm sorry, it's still bothering me. How could you take him seriously in this outfit? He's cosplaying as a cowboy while he's trying to do an investigation and trying to gather research. What are you doing?
I felt something pounce on me. Then I started shouting. I was more startled that something had touched me. I wasn't thinking ghost particular or anything, but something had touched me.
See, that would be very scary, but immediately I just think night terrors. I feel like that's a very reasonable sort of explanation, especially if you're saying I've got this kind of like irrational fear of like my closet over here. If you have a nightmare in the middle of the night or you're like half awake, you ever have that where you just kind of like, you're not asleep, but you're not awake. Either it's like sleep paralysis and you can't move, or you just are like, there's something in the room with me. In the moment, it's like, oh shit, if I don't move, I'm gonna die.
Jumped on my chest and the wind got knocked out of me. And I thought, that's more than a dream. That can't just be a dream.
Again, and so this guy's just like, oh, it was more than a dream. I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. For it to happen to two people is kind of strange, I'll admit that, but it could still be a dream.
Someone said years ago that there were 2 young kids locked in a trunk in the Belshaw house, and they perished.
Okay, so I get that you're trying to have entertainment value, but if that story is true, that's like unnecessary and disrespectful. We're gonna recreate this scene of 2 children dying in a trunk. That's not cool. Why do you need to do that?
In the mine, it's called the China Stope, S-T-O-P-E.
I've heard in upwards of 35. So their bodies are still in the ground.
To the best of my knowledge.
What a strange question to ask.
Some people come in this hotel and they immediately feel a sense of something abnormal.
See, they always talk about like people having, walk into a hotel, a haunted hotel or a haunted house, and you just immediately like, something's wrong. I don't think I've ever had that feeling before, and I really would like to know what it feels like. I really want to do a ghost hunt, to be completely honest with you. I would really like to go to a haunted place and be like, damn, Ghost Adventures was right. I I off.
You
right
feel
here.
that.
It's right here.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh God,
And it's
he's got
right
his
over
Stetson
the
on,
blood
too.
stain.
Should be your fingertips are blue. That's not good.
It's not good, dude. You should get that checked out.
My fingertips so cold that they
To
hurt.
be an extension of this amazing cold mass, which confirms our belief that this is the spirit of Alphonse Benoit, whose presentation to us in this exact spot is no coincidence.
So this is why I don't like the newer seasons of Ghost Adventures. It's probably just because they've been doing it for so long. We're like, oh yeah, we know when something's haunted. All right, we know, we're experienced. There's like a cold spot on the wall, and they're like, this confirms that there's a spirit there. I don't think it does. I think it's just a cold spot on the wall.
He's like a legend. His name is Tim France.
That's where those 35 Chinese miners' bodies are still entombed.
Are you trying to find dead Chinese bodies? What's the goal here?
It's a lead soldered seam.
Oh, that's poisonous.
What, do you think a lot of them went nuts?
I totally understand entertainment value and trying to be very entertaining whenever not much is really going on. Why is there this like very jovial, very like comedy sort of tone when you're just talking about children dying in a box and 35 people dying because of a mine cave-in? Oop, we're just a couple of guys just kind of messing around, you know, we're just doing some metal detecting. The tonal shift is too much.
You know how tall the stratosphere in Las Vegas is, right?
Yeah.
1,100 feet. That's how deep this hole is.
God, I can't imagine reeling this back in.
Isn't lead bad?
Yeah.
What are you doing with that? Putting
Yeah.
it back there. Well, I haven't found any treasure, but Tim has. Tim's
like
been putting
Tim.
it in his little secret sack back there, telling us that it's lead ore. It's probably gold nuggets.
Kind of go slow.
You know it
So in
is.
case
35 Chinese miners' bodies are still entombed in the dirt that fell on them in that cave-in. I'm pumped up.
Such
I'm
a
excited.
weird thing to be
This is a
excited
part
about.
of who we are.
Hey, little kids.
Hey, little
Locked in this
kids.
closet over here. This is a closet. Aaron, get a shot. Just get in there real quick and just get a shot.
You gonna lock them in there?
Dude, I'm freaking out.
Right on edge.
We haven't even moved. We're like frozen in this spot right here.
So I think this is like season 22, 21. You know, they've been doing this for a long time. I don't know how you don't kind of get numb, I guess, to it. I don't know how you go into a dark place and go, oh, this dark place is spookier than every other dark place I've ever been in. Like every single episode. It's like, oh, I've never experienced this before.
Let's sit and wait and see what happens. See if we have an experience.
Okay.
Stay in there, we'll go in here. Let them come to us.
Poor Aaron can't escape being the guinea pig.
I capture a very interesting light anomaly that hovers over the bed where multiple people have felt an intense pressure on their chest.
Again, that just looks like dust to me. Looks like a very weirdly shaped piece of dust. Speck of dust? Speck of dust.
Are we wasting our time?
Oh my God!
Every sort of like intermission, every break, there's always like a scene of them going, oh my god, and it's usually just like, oh my god, oh no, it's a rat, it's not a ghost.
Review the X camera in the living room. We do in fact capture some very faint footsteps.
See, if that's real, that would freak me the fuck out. Hearing someone, like if I heard someone walk outside right now, I'm alone right now, I would be terrified.
And we're gonna try and communicate with them, and maybe we can hear them cry for help or give us some sort of a message.
God,
Okay, this
I
is
hope
it.
we hear
We're
them
gonna lower
cry
this
for
digital
help.
recorder.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be.
Why would you edit that in there? Why'd you do like an auditory jump scare?
You're being very
Don't do that.
quiet.
What was that? Did you fart?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Couldn't help it. I was nervous, and the altitude was making my stomach feel weird.
Okay.
Okay. God, I
What
love
was
Aaron.
that?
I would freak out if someone pulled on this fishing line right now, dude. I would like lose my honestly. Oh my God! What is it? Oh my God! Something pulled pressure on that line. I swear to God, I'm freaking out, dude.
Did you hear what I just said to you when that happened?
I'm freaking out, Jay. Jay, I'm not lying to you, man. Someone pulled on this line just now.
Oh my god. Oh my god. How convenient. Dude, I would freak out if someone pulled on this line. Oh my god, someone pulled on the line.
You can actually see something pull on the line, causing the whole rig to go up and down.
What?
Oh my God!
Okay, that's kind of interesting.
Oh my God!
I think it's a very light
I will
tug. Now
never
granted, it's like a
I know
couple
you
hundred
can't
feet, so
tell.
it's kind of crazy,
That
but it's just
tripped
like,
me out just
kind
now.
of just a little like,
We gotta watch.
that just sounds like radio interference to me. I don't know. I don't think radio or voice recorders can pick up radio interference. Did you hear but it kind of sounds like it.
That's it being grabbed, I bet you. I bet you. Can't leave here. There's too much going on. Like, we haven't been to the bunkhouse yet, but we cannot leave the hoist house.
Something pulled on the fishing line.
What do you mean there's too much going on? You heard like some bangings outside and you put a voice recorder down and it kinda got tugged on. That's not that much.
Any spirits that are outside, or any UFOs that have been seen in these skies and around this mountain right here. So
UFOs? What the fuck? We can't just casually say you're looking for UFOs on a ghost hunt.
Aaron?
What is it doing? Just going down the mountain?
It just disappeared.
The balls of light, I don't
video, we debunked this as
get.
not being any type of bird or bat because of its flight pattern. Some type of unidentified flying object or a spirit hovering above the graveyard.
Is this an alien or a ghost? I don't know, but I can tell you it's not a bird, it's not dust, it's not a bug.
As Billy tries to communicate using the spirit box, Jay hears someone walk up behind him in the hallway.
Who owns this mine? Whoa, Bill.
What was that?
It just sounded like someone just came up behind me.
That was in the hallway.
Yeah, right behind me.
That sounded like a loud
Yeah.
footstep. Hold on. That sounded loud.
Right behind me. I heard it and I felt the floorboards move.
Aaron and
No
I now
thanks.
decide to investigate the old
No, sir.
hotel.
My two middle fingers right here are totally like numb.
Really?
Right there, these two are like tingly.
Billy had that same sensation in his fingers.
For real?
Yeah.
Like they're tingly. Like
his went numb and his went cold.
Aaron has no idea
I'm sorry, but body sensations? It's creepy, sure, but it's not even worth mentioning on a TV show. Why are your fingers going numb, dude?
Billy had this same exact sensation.
Why are you making my finger cold?
I guess this is the reason they kept it in, because like, oh, two people did it. It's pretty spooky.
Can you talk to me?
As I immediately review the audio, we capture a very compelling full sentence.
Yeah, that's EVP right there. Listen, I just want to make sure we have this.
After listening to this,
See, it sounds like identical to the thing they caught in the mine. It just sounds like radio interference. I don't know how that works, but it's just what it sounds like to me.
we make it out to be saying, "You both just walked to me."
It's crazy the power of suggestion too, because I didn't hear anything. I just heard some and then as soon as they say, it sounds like this, you're like, whoa, it does sound like that. They could probably put anything on the screen, and if it just kind of sort of follows the same word pattern, you'd be like, that definitely just said that. So you just kind of like pre-programmed to think, oh my god, that sounds like something said this. But it just kind of sounds like static.
Oh my god, Aaron,
What?
it says slain.
What?
As I put this on the bullet hole, it says slain.
Oh my
Slain,
god.
murder.
One more, I think, hopefully the last complaint, because I think there's like 4 minutes left in this episode. The ovulus is something that they use fairly frequently, and I don't get it. Apparently, it's supposed to communicate with spirit, and it's like uses some sort of word dictionary that I guess they can select the electromagnetic wave intensity or something like that. This equipment makes no fucking sense. And even just if you were to say, hey, okay, ghosts are real. How would a person that died and became a ghost 200 years ago, how would they know how to use a technological word bank to say, I was slain? Who designs this stuff? And how does it work? My lights just went out. That spooked the fuck out of me.
Who runs this? What was that, bro?
Over here. Get over here.
So was that?
Get over here. Calm down. Calm down.
Get over
As
here.
Aaron
Get
goes
over here.
back
It's okay,
to the
dude.
kitchen
It's
for a
okay.
second
Calm down.
time, and it is faintly captured on his camera's audio.
It just sounded like a ball coming right at it. Bounce, 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 bounce.
That just sounded like a wood
This
plank moving or
investigation
something.
at Cerro, Gordo, this apparition was captured early in our investigation, and the reason why this is unexplainable is that these game cameras are set to record the moment they detect movement in front of the lens.
Alright, that was Ghost Adventures, if you've never seen that before. It's certainly interesting. But yeah, just to recap, basically nothing really even happened. About 30 minutes of it was talking about the history of the whole property. And then the actual investigation, all they did was they put a fishing line down into a mine shaft. Something pulled on it, theoretically. They pulled it back up, freaked out about that for a while. Zach and Aaron heard some footsteps and heard 2 recordings of possible EVPs. And that was it. That was all that happened in that episode. That episode was 42 minutes long. Nothing at all happened. So that's one of the more boring episodes that I've seen in quite a while. I would say that is probably more of a shitty episode. Like I said, I haven't really watched any of the newer seasons. This is much newer than anything that I've watched. You know, there's some episodes that are always just kind of like this. Nothing really happens. I remember there was one episode where they went to some couple's house and literally nothing happened. They didn't capture anything. They didn't feel anything. There was just one slightly weird encounter towards the beginning of the investigation with the people that still lived there. They spent the 50 minutes wandering around doing nothing in this person's house. Not all of them are bangers, gonna say it. But I hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know if you want to do more stuff like this. I'd really like to get into more commentary stuff. If that's something you'd be interested in, let me know. Leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate you watching and sticking with me. So stay safe out there.